The sun blazed over Dustville, a forgotten town where justice wore a crooked face. Horses moved slow, saloon doors creaked, and fear whispered through every dusty corner. Then one afternoon a stranger rode in. His name was Caleb Hayes, a quiet man with eyes that carried storms and hands that had seen too much. He stopped outside the old inn, tied his horse, and looked around. That's when he saw her with Martha, a young mother holding her little boy close, her eyes tired yet brave. The townsfolk whispered, "That's the widow the judge's men keep harassing." Caleb didn't care for gossip until he saw the bruises on her wrist. Something in him stirred, the kind of anger that only injustice could wake. Judge Silas Boone ran the town like a king. His word was law and his greed was endless. When Martha's husband died in the mines, the judge claimed her land for unpaid taxes, and now he wanted her son, little Tommy, to work off the debt. Martha fell to her knees in front of him one morning, clutching her son tight. "Please, Judge, he's all I have left. Don't take my boy." Boone smirked and said, "Every debt must be paid, missy. The law don't care for tears." When Caleb overheard this, his jaw clenched. He had come to town to escape his own ghost. But now, it felt like fate had given him a reason to stay. That night, rain poured down like judgment from heaven. Martha sat outside her small wooden cabin, crying softly as thunder rolled. Then she heard the sound of boots. Caleb stood there, hat soaked, voice low. "You don't deserve this, ma'am." "No one does." She looked up, trembling. "I begged him to let us be. I begged him to stay away from my child." Her voice broke. "But the judge said if I didn't give Tommy up by sunrise, he'd send the sheriff." Caleb's eyes burned with quiet fury. "He won't touch your boy. Not while I'm here." That night, for the first time in years, Martha felt a flicker of hope. Morning came, painted in blood-red light. Judge Boone rode into Martha's yard with 2 deputies, smirking. "Time's up," he said. "Hand over the boy." Before Martha could speak, Caleb stepped forward, rifle in hand. "The boy stays," he said firmly. Boone laughed. "You gonna fight the law, stranger?" Caleb's voice didn't shake. "I'm not fighting the law. I'm fighting a tyrant." The deputies drew their guns, but Caleb was faster. 2 warning shots split the morning air. The townsfolk gathered, watching from afar. Years of silence and fear hung over Dustville. Then an old miner shouted, "He's right. We've had enough of Boone's law." In moments, others joined in, men and women who had suffered in silence. Boone's face turned pale. For the first time, he saw the town standing against him. Caleb walked up to Boone, his rifle steady. "You've taken everything from these people," he said. "Now it's your turn to answer." Boone tried to reach for his gun, but the sheriff, finally ashamed, stepped forward and stopped him. "It's over, Judge. You're done." The crowd gasped as the sheriff tore the badge off Boone's chest. Martha held her son close, tears streaming down her face. Caleb lowered his weapon, heart pounding. Justice, real justice, had finally returned to Dustville. Days passed and peace slowly settled over the town. Caleb helped Martha rebuild her home. Tommy followed him everywhere, calling him Mr. Hayes. The bond between them grew, not rushed, not forced, but born of shared pain and quiet strength. One morning, Martha looked at Caleb as the sun rose over the desert. "You could have left," she said softly, "but you stayed." Caleb smiled faintly. "Some things are worth staying for." As the wind carried the scent of new beginnings, Dustville finally felt alive again. And somewhere, the echo of justice rode with the sunrise, a reminder that even in the darkest places, good hearts still fight back.